What's going on, everybody? I had so much fun the last time that I went through and did a video series from Guess the 80s theme song. It was part 2. It was the basically second string stuff. I'm going to have to put my phone away because it's going to distract me while I'm doing this. I don't function well with those distractions. I had such fun doing the Guess the 80s theme part 2 that I've decided to try and go through the 70s theme and see if I like it. And so I'm not going to talk too much right now. I'm just going to jump right into it and see how this goes and see if I like the final recording and if I might want to post it online, okay? And here we go. Let us commence, shall we? I will try to be boisterous. I will try to be funny, informing, insightful, etc. Etc. E-T-C-E-T-E-R-A. Everybody says ek, and that drives me nuts. That's a pet peeve, and that's how we shall begin. Right now. I want to say this is What's Happening Now. I know it's an African-American family show of some kind. Is it What's Happening Now? Good Times! Oh, it's so obvious. It's right in the song. Of course. Oh, wait, hold on. Go back. I want to talk about some of those. Okay, this guy over here, I forget his name, but no, this gentleman right here. He's dating Ann Coulter. And it's not this goofy little skinny guy. He grew up, he filled out, and he's dating Ann Coulter, and that makes me feel like even though I could satisfy Ann Coulter intellectually, I would never be able to satisfy her in other ways that matter, if you know what I'm saying. Get my drift. This particular fella right here, he plays the father of the love interest to Eddie Murphy in the first Coming to America movie, and I liked him in that role. I always have liked this lady. I have an affection for this lady as the mother and the matriarch of this family. And these other characters, I haven't seen this show in so long that it's hard for me to remember much about it, except that I have a liking for him, and he seems cool. I love the 70s fashion in this. And this particular lady up here, I don't know the character's name, I don't know the actress's name, but when I look at her, she's totally beautiful. Just let me zoom in on her face really quick, because to me, she's got exceptional beauty. Look at that. Super beautiful lady. So moving on. Yeah. And the audio's very low on that one. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh man, come on now. And the answer is, I want to say it's, I'm going to throw out a bunch of titles that it might be. Oh my God, is it Wonder Woman? Is it, I don't think it's Charlie's Angels. It's not Wonder Woman. What is it? I think it's a show about a woman, but I recognize the crap out of this theme, and I'm dismayed that I don't know what it is. But I can hum it poorly to you. Would you like me to do more of that, or just reveal the song? Charlie's Angels. That's one of the ones I guessed, right? I knew there was a woman involved. Oh, these ladies, all of them gorgeous. I like especially this one here and that one there. They're all beautiful ladies to me. Of the three, I want to say is she Heather Thomas? I'm not sure, but I should know. The one over on the side there is she Heather Thomas? That's what I mean. I'm pointing to this, and the angle screws it up, but I'm talking about her. Is she Heather Thomas? This lady, I don't remember her name, but to me, her beauty is so striking that it drives me crazy, and I always thought she was cool too. And these are the real Charlie's Angels, not Drew Barrymore, not Kristen Stewart, blah, blah, on all those new reboots and whatnot, except for one thing in the reboots, Bill Murray, because everything Bill Murray touches, in my opinion, almost everything turns to gold. Love him and love these ladies. They're all pointing at me. I feel like that's personal. When I see them pointing at me, I emotionally have a response like, oh, I'm getting some kind of attention. I get all giddy inside. Seriously. Oh, come on. Sanford and Son. That's so easy. Oh man, what's the name of this actor in this? He was classic. I should totally know his name, and shame on me for not knowing his name. This is Lamont, of course, and this is Lamont on the left. That's Fred Sanford, and I'm having the hardest time remembering his name. What's his name? You know what? I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up Sanford and Son actor. What is his name? Tell me now. Red Fox! Of course, I should have known that. Got to keep you guys informed. Got to provide you with receipts sometimes. Even though I won't always do that. Love that show. A lot of goofy laughs. Oh, come on now. That one's so easy. Three's Company. Jack Tripper, Chrissy. And what's the other one's name? Janet. Yes. And let's see who's in this picture here. Okay, so it's just the three of them. She looks amazing here, Suzanne Summers. Amazing. I don't know that actress's name, but she was young and cute there. And John Ritter, tragic story about how he died with a brain aneurysm before his time, but he was always so lovable in this. One of the things I remember is when I was young, I was a very goofy kid, and my buddy Christopher would always tell me, like, I remind him of Jack Tripper. And so that's sort of flattering. So funny in this TV show. I love him. The two actresses who also replaced Suzanne Summers were also super gorgeous. The two old people on the show, I'm trying to remember what they were called. Mr. God, how can I be expected to remember things from so far back? Mr. Furley, I think, was played by Don Knotts. Don Knotts. Is that his name? I should probably have another window open over here to feed me information, but whatever. Love this show. The old couple that were in there, I don't know their names. I liked them too. They were very funny. And of course, the premise of this show is funny because this was the day of controversy for a single man to live with two single women. Oh my God, that's so horrible, right? Living in sin. They never even hooked up. They never copulated. They never consummated anything as far as I know on the TV show. So Jack Tripper, the character played by John Ritter here, was pretending to be gay to live in the same apartment as these two ladies. And so that was an ongoing source of humor for this show. And she's just so darn cute there, Suzanne Summers, that I can hardly contain myself. It's like I have a natural affection for people who give me the laughs. And so I thank you all for the many laughs. And that's a show that if it comes up for purchase, like the whole series or something on iTunes, I might pick that up. Because it's a lot of goofy laughs and not a lot of controversy and not a lot of crappy woke shit baked into it.
We've a lovable space that needs your face.
Three's Company. Yeah. Welcome back, Kotter.
Welcome back.
It's so easy, but I never even I never watched this show. It was distinguished to me, though, because of the song, and I know that, so I knew that John Travolta was in this, and that's the big deal right there, and I don't know who any of these other people are. I know that that is Mr. Kotter, of course, right there, and that guy was a funny guy. I remember that guy, and I like these other guys. I kind of like rebellious characters. I always see myself identifying with rebellious, goofy people in their context or whatever, but classic theme song. Some of these are really easy, maybe even easier than the 80s ones. Because these were all in syndication when I was a little kid in the 80s. They were replaying them on TV at a certain hour after school pretty early, between like 4 and 6. Excuse me.
Since you hung around.
Young John Travolta there. This dude, you and your lucky charmed life, dude, with your darn good looks and that full head of hair. You don't have that full head of hair anymore, do you? We're in the same club there, Buster. Happy Days. That is too easy. Come on. Shit, I missed this. I love Arthur Fonzarelli. I love Scott Baio. Oh, man. This was also the beginning of, oh man. Okay, so Joni, I always thought she was beauty. Richie Cunningham, of course, played by Ron Howard, who went on to be a humongous, famous director, do a lot of good work. And these two parents here, they're just so lovable. Everybody here is so lovable and likable. And, of course, Robin Williams got his start on Happy Days. Love this. I would like to revisit some of these episodes, too. Joni, she passed away in real life, this actress woman here. I'm sad to see her go. This dude is old, and I'll tell you what I do a lot. It's a habit of mine. A regular thing that I do is I go online, and I will look up actors and actresses and say, so-and-so, then and now. And so you'll see him young, and you'll see him old, and then I will become very insecure, realizing that we're all on that same path to looking super old, and know how good you look now. That stuff is going away. And I'm telling you, young people, as they say, as the saying goes, youth is wasted on the young. And I'm telling you, I swear to God, this is true. Don't waste your time, because 25 and 30 years flicker by once you hit your young adulthood and you're like, what the hell just happened? It seems like it was recent, but it wasn't that recent. And all of a sudden you're super old and you're like, where did all the time go? A lot of affection for these guys. I love Henry Winkler. The man, I don't know him personally, obviously, but I just think he sure did make a cool looking Italian guy, didn't he? And riding the motorcycle, all very cool. And in real life, Henry Winkler, my impression of him is that he is a genuine man of talent and also a very kind-hearted individual. That's just my impression of him. Or he's a monster and he's just really good at turning on the nice. Some people can do that too. Onward. I thought about singing this song for karaoke. What's the next one? Oh, come on! Too easy. The Jeffersons! To a deluxe apartment in the sky. We'll move on. Love it. Oh, yes, I have some things to say about Wheezy and George Jefferson, and I'm so glad they put up this particular screenshot of people here. Right, I'm going to start with her right there. That is the mother of Lenny Kravitz in real life, the rock star, and in real life, she was in a mixed marriage, married to a white dude, and so sometimes when you have mixed people, it makes the most attractive person in the world, and that Lenny Kravitz sure has also lived a charmed life. What fashion that dude has, okay? I wish I could remember all the names of all these actors. Like, I used to know his name. If I heard it, like if someone said it to me, I'd say, oh, I know who you're talking about. The dude who played George Jefferson, reputed to be a very nice man. And when he plays a very, what do you call it? Excitable, sort of mean-spirited character in this show, and he's very funny. And so, but when you see him, like if you go back and look at clips of him on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, he's much more subdued, much more easygoing. I remember him being on maybe a season or something of the Surreal Life, a reality show from about 10, 15 years ago, I think, or something was when it was, and he seemed to be experiencing a lot of melancholy, because just as I was referring to, all these are of the 70s shows. All these people are either super old or dead. And even just like Lenny, the mother of Lenny Kravitz, that lady died. And oh, whoops. And I'm sad when I think about the passage of time like that. It really hits home how you can't take time for granted. Of course, this lady did not make it rich from this show. The maid, I don't remember her name as an actress either, and I remember her saying how she got almost to the point where it could have made her rich, but it didn't. It made this dude who played George Jefferson rich, and it made his wife rich. Those two characters certainly got rich off of this show. And here's an interesting known fact about this cast here. George Jefferson and Wheezy, his wife is Wheezy, Louise Jefferson, I believe. Louise is her name. That's why I called her Wheezy, because it's Louise. She, what about her? I was going to say, guess what? This is very interesting. She's 20 years older here than George. In real life, she's 20 years older than the man who's playing her husband. Okay, so if you can imagine, it's not so good because it has that title over her. So she's 20 years older than this main character, George Jefferson, and this white man, Mr. Something, Englishman, very funny actor in this. One of the funniest ongoing bits in this show was George Jefferson always slamming the door in people's faces because it was always so rude, and it's like always a good comedy bit that they just kept repeating, and it was always funny because he's like, I don't want to see you. And last but not least, I'm going to wrap this up soon, of course, this lady right here, she plays the... Let's try to get her more front and center on this. She plays the daughter of this dude's name is Tom, I think, and Lenny Kravitz's mom. And so she's the child of these two, this white man, who's also very funny because they like picked the goofiest white men in the world to be on this show. They did not pick, John Travolta would have been too cool to be on the Jeffersons. So Englishman up there, very funny. Always getting the door slammed in his face, and I remember that doorbell guy also being funny. And this particular guy, I can't remember the name of the character. He was the son of George Jefferson, and this was the first actor to play him. And I used to know, I think he led a tragic life where he might have died from alcoholism or drugs or something. I hope I'm not getting that incorrectly, but he was always my favorite, and when they replaced him, that's always a sore spot for me whenever they replace any actors in any TV shows. It's like, don't do that. I have a big problem with that. Like, it pisses me off fiercely, especially when it didn't have to be, or someone's being petty or getting fired because they're acting like a diva. You have won the lottery here. Something special happened. You had a hit show. I believe this ran from 1975 to 1985, and again, I am demonstrating to you my complete wealth of totally useless knowledge. And so what's in wealth of knowledge that is totally useless? It's making a video like this one and having something to say about almost everything, I guess. Am I cultured? Am I cultured in shit, or am I cultured in... It's like late 20th century Americana right here. Amazing show. And I know that this show was a spin-off from another theme we might hear in this video. So let's just keep going, shall we? Piece of the pie, babe. Beans don't burn in the kitchen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, come on. Laverne and Shirley. These are all way too easy. This is easier than the 80s. Yep, we're brewing beer. Two cute people. Yes. Here, it was always true when I was young. These ladies, I look at them now and I still have the same affection I had for them then. This is Penny Marshall. She went on to become a very famous movie director. She directed that movie with Tom Hanks where he was like the coach of a bunch of women, something league. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? That was a good movie, too. Tom Hanks was very funny in that movie. And this lady, it's Laverne and Shirley, and I have affection for them both. But in this particular picture here, I'm really attracted to Shirley more. But I love the sense of humor from Penny Marshall in this. That's one of the things about Penny Marshall is very funny lady. She had a cameo on Entourage. I know this because I've seen Entourage a billion times, maybe more than any other show on the planet, but hard not to have super affection for both of these ladies. I wish the fuller cast were here with like Lenny and Squiggy and Shirley's boyfriend who was a wise guy, Italian guy. Of course, this was a spin-off from Happy Days. It's amazing how one show can spawn another show that's a big hit. It's not always like that, but a lot of things came out of Happy Days, like Mork and Mindy, by introducing Robin Williams to the world, who was majorly historic. So the 70s inseminated a whole new era of classic TV and Hollywood movie stars and stuff that were, for the most part, I think, likable. It's a totally different scene these days, and it's worth criticizing. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to be interesting on some level about all these old great classic shows. Affection for you ladies. Wait, come back. Come back. Oh, come on, No. This is MASH. MASH is not a show I've seen. I've seen episodes and I've gotten some laughs from it. And I should go back and watch it someday. I've thought about it. But anyone of interest in here? I know Shelley Long was on this show once, not as a main player, but of course there's Alan Alda. Can't remember this dude's name, but he was another famous one. I don't know what I can say. I recognize all these faces. Another beautiful lady. Don't know anything about all these people, but this at the time when it went off the air was one of the longest running shows that ever ran. I would say Simpsons has gone a lot longer at this point, but of course that's a cartoon. That's a little different. Let's keep going. I love the theme song to this, by the way. There's an acoustic version that's beautiful, and the song is actually called Suicide is Painless, if you were wondering. Oh my. Oh, Little House on the Prairie, do tell. Is that what it is? Is it though? Oh, yes. Michael Landon. Where's Nellie? Nellie was like the huge bitch on the show. You can't have this photo without Nellie. But okay, this is the family on here. Who is it? Is it Laura Ingalls, the name of this character right here? I should know her name. And it was crazy because she was, whatever her name is. The only name I know here of these people pictured is Michael Landon. Very special guy. Even when he was dying of cancer, he had this resilient attitude. And he was funny as hell when I saw him on The Tonight Show when he was talking about how sick he was. And this is the lucky bastard right here who got to marry, of course, this innocent, wonderful woman that if I were back living in these old days and the nature and all that and the good, wholesome food, organic food, I'd want to marry her out of this group. And she's the blind one. You can see how they're like, I don't know if she went blind in real life. I don't think so, but they're kind of like, okay, you're posing for this family picture. Look blind. And no offense to blind people. It's just that I think she's acting blind. She's not really blind. The mother, a lot of affection for that lady right there. The character I'm talking about. I don't know anything about the actress. Don't care about this little girl. And I want to say this character dies right here. He's either an adopted brother or a brother or something. He dies somewhere along the way in the episode, I think. I recall that being very sad. And that's really all I want to say about these people. I knew your theme song. It's amazing how many of these I remember. I don't do cocaine either. I noticed watching these videos back, I'm rubbing my nose a lot. That's something I've done all my life. And I do get amped up in these videos, and it could seem like I'm doing cocaine, but I have a tendency to rub my nose, and I can't help it. I've always had an itchy nose. I'm completely drug-free, if you can believe that, okay? If you want me to prove it, there's no shaking, do you see? I'm not wired. I'm not on cocaine. I'm not even on caffeine. I can slow down very much and prove to you that I'm not wigging out. My legs are not bouncing up and down and onward.
How will you make it on your own?
I'm gonna know what show this is, but I did not watch this.
This world is awfully big.
It's not Sally Field, is it? As the stupid nun, flying nun? That's probably the 60s. Oh no, Mary Tyler Moore Show. There's no way I would have gotten that one. No chance in hell I would have gotten that one. Now we're running out of themes I know. I don't have a clue what the hell this is. I might know the title, but if my life depended on it, I can't tell you what the hell this is. This is Starsky and Hutch. That's the one I guessed the other day when they did Simon and Simon on the 80s. Guess the 80s theme show. This is Starsky and Hutch, and I was like, two dudes and cars, and I was imagining that red car in there. So, yeah, I don't know the theme song, but Starsky and Hutch. They also did a reboot of this which was extremely exceptionally dumb, and I think it had Johnny Knoxville with I want to say Luke Wilson, and Luke Wilson played this blonde dude, I think. But anyway, don't give a butt about this butt show. The hell? No. Is it the Waltons? Oh, yes, it is the Waltons. I didn't know at first, but as soon as that French horn or trumpet kicks in. Oh, yeah, I did not watch this very much, but that is the, this is the end of wholesomeness. It was the beginning of edgy shows and the end of wholesomeness in the 70s. You know, they don't make anything this sweetheart anymore, and this would be a diversity quota's worst nightmare because, you know, there's no one Chinese in there. There's no one gay. There's no African American. There's no gay storyline built in. So people are like, "Oh my God, this show is such white privilege. Oh my God, horrible, whatever." But it's something special. It's something to aspire to for any background or color or race or family you're a part of. This is a good, wholesome, good-hearted family right there. A portrayal of one, I would say. And you should have 1 million kids like that. Offspring, as many as there are stars in the sky. God bless this father. Getting it on with that pretty lady mom. I feel like I'm a better looking man, and I feel like I'd excite her more than he excited her. And still yet I must be wrong because they had this litter here. This fictional litter. Anyway, onward. This, I think this is probably what's happening now. Am I mistaken? Is it what's happening now? Imagining this chubby dude bouncing the ball. Yes? Oh my God, I couldn't mod. Fast forward to this humiliating thing. I'm thinking that's what's happening now. That was the old lady. Hold on. That's one of the old ladies from Golden Girls. And I hate to imagine that she and I are like the same age right now. That in this photo, we're age contemporaries, and she looks like a great grandma. It's kind of fashionable though, and she's a pretty lady. But it's like the gray hair, dye that, and get a hairstyle. Now, if you imagine you get a hairstyle that you could really change her hairstyle to make her look a little younger with a little dye. Dress a little differently, a little bit different work with the makeup, and she's not that old here, this actress lady. I don't know who that guy is. Nobody remembers you! All in the Family. Much easier than Maude. So this is the show that gave birth to the Jeffersons. And this was a very groundbreaking character. Archie Bunker, okay? And there's the biggest idiot on the planet, and I'm not even going to get into it. That's the biggest idiot right there. This guy. I'm not going to get into how dumb he actually really is in real life. His character in this show is much more likable than he is by any measure in real life. And I don't really want to be mean-spirited in these things, but he's a big-ass troublemaker, and it's distracting the things I want to say about this show. So, interestingly, in the show, the character who's kind of like the bigot and dipshit, right-wing conservative, is Archie Bunker, and he says a lot of very crass, rude things, and that's what the character's known for. And this show is groundbreaking, kind of like I said earlier. It was. I keep seeing this jerk's face in the corner of my eye, and I'm like, no, you bastard. This was a groundbreaking show because it was kind of like the beginning of edginess and having topics in shows that were before like taboo to talk about. And in my opinion, this is a preface for things that were later to come in the 80s, where there was no moral values left in a show like Married with Children, which was also very funny. But there's a basis in this character. There's a realness, a heart and a soul and a love in this character, even with dumbass Meathead here, and I'm calling him Meathead for who he is in real life. But one bit of credit Rob Reiner deserves is he made the movie Stand By Me, which was exceptional. One of my favorite movies from when I was a childhood. It gives me nostalgia almost like nothing else, and I can't remember the character name of this lady, but I always thought she was super cute, and she's beautiful here. As I look at her, I'm like, wow. And this lady, I don't remember her name in real life, but such a sweet character that lady is. It's easy to have affection for these characters, but then you have Rob Reiner's stupid face in the middle of it, and it's like, you're ruining it, Rob! Love this song, too. Oh, no. Oh, I know this. I don't think I'm going to guess it, but Oh, I'm going to know it. Tell me. Soap! I should have almost known that. Of course, Billy Crystal was in this back in the day. Other famous faces, the lady who played Mona later on Who's the Boss? Fun actress, very funny lady. She made me a lot. Recognize this guy as having given me a lot of laughs. I recognize this guy from other stuff and work, and I can't say that I know many other people on here who went on to do anything that, well, at least as far as my memory is concerned, any other significant consequence. But I definitely recognize that theme song, and I never watched that show. I ought to give that show a chance. This is not the Partridge Family, is it? Of course it is. I sing a Partridge song. I've sung several at karaoke, Partridge Family song. Of course! Danny Bonaducci! Yes, Danny Bonaducci. Love that guy, even though he has had such a troubled life in so many ways. I hope he's okay, because I heard he's not doing well. I got to interact with him on the radio once when I called into a radio show, and he actually said he didn't like me. And but that's okay. I think he was just doing shtick. But I like you, Danny. And you're very funny, and I used to watch Danny in his reality show when he was like maybe in his young 40s, and he was smoking a ton of cigarettes, and he was all ripped because he was working out. Heard he's had health problems. This lady up here in the corner, I want to say her name is Susan Day. I have always thought she is a stunning beauty. I love a lot of the songs that came out of this show. I Think I Love You is one of the ones I sing in karaoke, and a couple others I've done aren't coming to me. Of course, David Partridge, who had a sort of sad ending and a difficult life at times. He was just a huge star. And for a while there, he lived a perfectly blessed life. But no life is without difficulty. Let me just tell you, no matter who you are, you could be a billionaire, you could be a pauper, you're always going to have trials and tribulations in your life. And heartbreak. You can't avoid the heartbreak. It's not like a billionaire can say, hey, here's $100,000. I want to avoid that heartbreak. You're going to have your heart broken if you have any heart and soul. Unless you're a empty, vacuous soul, you're going to have your heart broken once in a while. So long, Danny. And Danny did grow up to look better looking than that. I mean, look at all the freckles on this dude. Can you imagine having that many freckles? And being a carrot top like that? That is red hair, man. Your hair is on fire, brother. I always liked the mother here, too. Don't care about this old guy. They always had these old frumpy guys. So this guy is another age contemporary of mine, and they're just such fuss budgets from that era. They don't try and dress young. They don't try and stay hip and cool. You know, whatever. I mean, like, whatever. Youth it up, dude. Familiar. Oh man, I know I'm gonna know this. I'm gonna regret not saying what I think it is. Oh, I never would have gotten this. Barney Miller. Yes, I never watched that, but... Oh, Abe Vigoda of Godfather fame right there. Abe Vigoda. Is that his name? He's like, Mike, can you help me out for old times? Not this time. No, he didn't say Mike. I'm blowing the line, okay? Barney Miller looks like my dad a little bit, a little younger because of the mustache there. I don't know any of these other characters, but maybe that's a show I should visit one day as well. So long, Abe Vigoda. Are you kidding? How easy is that one? Dun, 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 dun. And yeah, I know it's the Brady Bunch, and we're about to go into Fantasyland right here. I'm going to tell you how every one of the females except for Alice on this show, I have seriously crushed on hard. None more than McCormick, okay? This one right here. And this guy, Barry, what's his name, who's cool, they dated. And I'm jealous of that. And this man in real life, can't remember his name now. I would have known it some time ago. He married a Miss Adrienne Curry, who I had the pleasure of interviewing on a radio show that I did a long time ago. And, of course, Jan right there. Okay, and I don't care about this kid. And I crushed on her when I was little, too, but she didn't grow up to be so cute. And she was pretty much the archetype of moms ever that everyone loved. And this dude, of course, met a sad ending. I believe he was a gay man who, in these days of Hollywood, had to hide and pretend to be a straight dude. And so, what's his name? Mike Brady? Carol Brady is this lady. Florence Henderson is her name in real life. And she looks amazing here. And in the reboot, you couldn't have had a more accurate depiction of her than Shelley Long, who I've also crushed on big time since the 80s. All fantasy women except for Alice. And what did I want to say? Oh, so the lady McCormick here, who plays Marsha, she in the reboot was, I don't know the name of the actress, but she married Ben Stiller in real life. And she was also the love interest of a Mr. Ross Geller in the TV show Friends, the wife of Ben Stiller. And she shaved her head once, but it's extraordinary how they cast her role perfectly in the remake. But McCormick is hot, and I did the search for her young and in a bikini and sexy, and I definitely found a lot of stuff that I very much was like, whoa, dude, stuff I didn't expect to find. I look at her now and I'm like, oh, she's so beautiful, and I know she went on to have difficulties with substance abuse, and I hope she figured that out. Eventually, I think she did. I know she went through some very hard times. And I can't remember Peter Brady's name in real life, but he married Adrienne Curry, and I know that based upon my discussion with Adrienne Curry, she never would have been into me because I was way too skinny at the time, and I'm still too skinny and not muscular enough for her, and that bums me out. And boy, was Adrienne Curry hot. Adrienne Curry was on Surreal Life with this dude here who plays Peter Brady, and she really made a play for him. She wanted to be with him, and she was all over him, and she was young and hot, and this was after she won America's Top Model, and I was so jealous, and I still think she's a gorgeous lady, and she has an awesome sense of humor. That is what I'm done with the Brady Bunch. Love all you ladies, and I like the maid because she's cooking dinner for all these people. And these people aren't divorced. He's a widower, and she's a widow. Because it was controversial in that day, you know? To have people divorced. We're still in the 70s here, and they're teetering between good, wholesome early America with widespread media and teetering on the new era of nothing matters, demoralize everything. It's around every corner. Oh, is that hateful? I apologize. Who was busy with 3 boys of his own. See, I have to worry about a joke like that. That was just a joke, and if it's offensive, I swear to God, it was just a joke. The example should have been different. I don't know what the example should have been. I should have said strip clubs around every corner. Something else. Anything else. Oh, my God. Oh, brother. I'm going to know this one. It's not the Bionic Man. Shit. There's no way I'm going to get this one. No chance. Oh, of course! Chips, man. Chips! Dude, I should have had that one. California Highway Interstate Patrol! And, oh, I'm forgetting this dude's name in real life, but I like him. I like them all. They're so likable. You see them now, and once again, you see them all young and vibrant in their prime here. And what are they now? They're old or dead. Oh, that's so sad. And we're on our way. We're racing toward the grave, everybody. Do what you're supposed to do today. Make amends. Do the right thing. Seize the day. Seize the day, I'm telling you, before it's too late. I'm shaking all my shit here. I gotta chill. What the hell is this? It's not Hill Street Blues. It's got some suspense to it. Who is this? What? Emergency? I have never heard of you! Get out of here! Bloody hell. I don't know. No chance on this one, you know? So I'll just make up BS in the meanwhile. McLeod. Whatever. Who the? What the? Huh? Nothing there was familiar. Zero! Except that guy's beard. I have one of those. Oh, come on. Fantasy Island, man! What's the name of that little dude on there in real life? It's tattoo on the show. And it's Khan! From hell's heart, I stab at thee. Hervé Villachez? Is that his name, how you pronounce it? Good stuff. Hawaii Five-0! I'm getting a lot of these. I'm really doing better with the 70s shows. I did not expect that. Than I did with the 80s shows the other day. Love this theme. Love it. I never watched this show that much, but this theme excites me. Oh my. What's this? I do know the theme. I want to say it's 8 is enough. If it is, I'm going to be like, holy mackerel. Nope. Boy, did I get that one completely wrong. Bob Newhart Show. Not 8 is enough. Holy crap. I do like Bob Newhart. I really acquired a taste for his humor when he had his later show in the 80s called Newhart. And I can't say anything else about this show. I might actually enjoy this show if it were somewhere I could watch. No chance. Nope. Bionic Woman! I don't recognize the theme, but as soon as I saw that beautiful lady, what a fox.
All the world is waiting for you.
Oh.
And the power you possess.
Is this Spider-Man?
In your satin tights.
Oh God, yes. Satin tights, that's all you gotta hear. Before he got a real costume. Oh no! Of course, Wonder Woman. I blew that one. Satin tights. I blew the shit out of that one. That lady's so fine. Oh my God. And she is so fine. But compared to Gal Gadot, let's just compare her to Gal Gadot. Is that how you pronounce her name? Gal Gadot. Okay, because I wanna look at pictures of her Especially, I want to find her as Wonder Woman. I'm going to put that in because even though the Wonder Woman from the 70s I just think is stunning and mind-blowing, the reason I'm pulling her up here is because, good Lord, this lady, she is beautiful to me. It makes my brain crazy how beautiful this lady is. Seriously, here's a little more of her. And that's very much not visible here because of the format. I wish I could just blow her up to the whole screen on there like I do with the videos. Gal Gadot. Oh my God. I so like forget the old lady, Linda, whatever your name is. Don't care about you. You're 1,000 years old. But this lady Gal Gadot, she is still very young and beautiful. Oh, mwah. Okay, more beautiful than Natalie Portman. More beautiful than Alyssa Milano in her prime. And Alyssa was amazing. Gal Gadot all the way. For real. Okay, onward with this. We're almost done here. We're at 11 minutes, 8 seconds. Wish I could blow those pictures up more easily. On this screen. Instantly searching like that. What? Oh, it's the Muppet Show.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the
I got most of these.
It's time to meet the Muppet on the
Kermie! Hey, Miss Piggy. Kermie!
Muppet Show tonight.
Well, what other ones? Ah! Ah! Animal. Okay, who else? Fozzie kind of talks like this. And these old guys on the balcony. Who else here would I know their name? There was this guy. Right? No, it wasn't him, was it? It was some kind of Flority. Okay, here is. I don't even want to say what I feel like saying about Gonzo. Oh man, I would just like to blurt it out right now, but YouTube will be like, strike! Stupid Gonzo. You're stupid Gonzo! Stupid Gonzo! I think that's all. Kermie! That's it, I think, right? 11:33. It's going to say thank you now, right? And at which point I'm just going to wrap this up. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm going to close out of that, come over here and say, that's it. I hope you enjoyed something. I hope something was funny. I hope I gave you information you never had before. I think I actually got a majority of those. And I think they should have had the Bionic Man in there. Somewhere in one of these, they should have had the theme to Buck Rogers in the 25th century. They did not. And I can think of other things they should have had themes to, which I can't. I guess I can't think of them right now, because if I did think of them, I would say something. I need a better key light right here. I think it's too dark. My key light is too far up there. And that's it, everybody. I'm wrapping this up at 48 minutes. I might go back and edit out that bad word I said, just so nobody's offended. Everybody have the nice day that you are meant to have. Let it be a blessed day for you. I will talk to you later. Peace.